Your silence after her rejection, it is killing her. When you make a move on a lady in the front end game, and maybe you want her to give you a chance or you expect her to reciprocate to your suggestion, at this very moment, Isaac, she's not aware that when she turns down your deal, you will react in a certain way. Rather, she expects you to do what? To try hard. Why does she expect that? The belief system that has existed in the millennial years, in the past years, that is how men have been operating. So it is a consciousness, a feeling, a system that exists in the consciousness of women. I just need to act as if I'm not interested to get Isaac, try hard. Now she is controlling your old self and she is not in control of you, but she just needs to have a feeling that she is in control of you. For her consciousness convinces her to think that you will follow what? You will follow a specific what? Feeling. The feeling is there is lack of understanding, and because I have an expectation, now there is a feeling I will get. Due to that feeling, I can't stand it. I will just try a little bit hard. So she just needs to know your thought. If you try a little bit hard, now she is in control of you. But she is never in control of you. She is in control of your old self. Because when you made a move on the past, you thought she will give you a chance. Now you are trying a little bit hard for you had an expectation. You are reacting to the feeling that exists when you have an expectation. When now you go silent fully at this very moment, Isaac, it's not about you trying to play or manipulate the energy field to get a result from this lady. It is you accepting the result as it is without labeling it. Leads to you experiencing a specific feeling. For that feeling exists when you have an expectation. Now that the expectation doesn't exist after making a move, there is no impact towards you making a move on a lady. She had an expectation that you will try hard, but you never tried hard. Now, she thinks that maybe something is wrong with her because she has a belief system that she has consistently been operating on to gauge you or to gauge other men. For the most men tried hard when she ignored them. So it's a system, a memory, a perception that she is consistently relying on to survive. Once you don't try hard, you go silence, you are affecting her system of operation, her universe, how she is experiencing reality. Now that it's triggering how she perceives men, she is in conflict with herself, but it is a consciousness and a pattern that exists in her. She doesn't want even you to try hard, but she just needs you to try hard so that you can confirm a specific system, that she is attractive, and maybe she is innocent, and maybe you really want her that bad. But that is a false perception of your reality. For her existence has nothing to do with you wanting a relationship, but you and her trying to create feelings or come up with illusions that both of you want to experience. That is the fact. Most of the time when we make a move on a certain lady, then we try to pursue her, there is a certain image you have perceived about her. Obviously, that is why you made a move on her. But then when she turns down that deal at that very moment, you come again with different types of images about yourself. Now it's not about her, it's about how she perceives about you. But the observer, it is the observed. Once you make a move on her now, you already observed her, and then you analyzed her, and then you came out with an image. But at the same time, she responded to you in that way because she also observed you. So the observer who is you, you are also the observed. The image she came up with is not the image that exists in you. But she thinks that image exists in you, that is why you will try a little bit harder. And you think a specific image about her exists in her, but it's all an energy that exists in her, and it has nothing to do with her image that you perceived about her. How can you end that image so that you can go silent and she can again be in conflict with her own consciousness? The whole idea is to crush a specific system that women believe in, that I must act innocent so that he can try hard, for that gives him a perception that I am actually innocent and I also have value. But acting on that foundation allows another person to think that you are actually innocent. The other person will expect more, yet it's just again to control a consciousness that exists in you. And it's not healthy. It's on a different universe, which is control. How can you end that system? It doesn't entirely remove the consciousness in the humankind, but the chances of the consciousness being active will be low. Here's the thing. You made a move on Hannah, right? You wanted to have a relationship with Hannah, right? You had a specific image about her, right? But the image is just a reaction about Hannah. Because the image, it's you registering. You can only register something if you have a specific image about it. Once you make a move on Hannah, at that very moment, there is a specific understanding of the situation that exists or of the event that exists. And that event or that situation, you will have a picture of it. That is why you will label it as, I feel bad, she rejected me. But you have to totally end it and not have an image. She said, no, just end it without analyzing. The moment you start to recreate and analyze, now you are forming an image that doesn't exist, so that your brain can believe a specific influence, a specific understanding that doesn't really exist, just to have a complication, to have conflict in yourself. When one fact is, she is there for you to experience a specific reaction from her, or the energy that exists between you and Hannah, there is a specific feeling you will experience when she turns down your deal, and that is there to experience. And your mind is consistently trying to understand why she turned down your deal. So you are forming an image out of something that you made a move on. So you are reacting to what you acted on physically. And you cannot react to what you acted on physically, because reacting, it is all mental and it is all a specific understanding, but it's a system that you are creating in your mind, and it's not the reality that you think exists, because that reaction, and you say she rejected you because of this, it doesn't exist. It's an illusion. Ending that ends what? A specific perception about yourself, and it also ends you trying hard. Rather, you will accept the what is without analyzation and without you coming up with an image. She rejected me. She doesn't reject you. She turns down the feelings that will exist when you and her are in a relationship. When you and her are in a relationship that you form, there is feelings and illusions that both of you will create and you will want to experience. You haven't really created those feelings. The experience won't exist. So the experience won't exist, the feelings won't exist. How is she rejecting you when the feelings won't exist and the experience won't exist? And it's not you she is giving a chance. She is also lending a hand to create feelings and experiences that you will also lend a hand to. How is that rejecting you? Just make it make sense. Like, we say this is a relationship, but it's not a relationship. It's just all a feeling that both of you have decided to come together, so that maybe being together allows us maybe to have kids, to create another life and experience it, and in the same time experience the same feelings. So these feelings exist, and the perception that it is a relationship exists because you also agreed and lended a hand to create it. So when she doesn't give you a chance, she is not rejecting you. She is just not willing to lend a hand to create an experience or a feeling that you will also need to lend a hand, so that both of you can create to experience. But the moment of she rejected me because of this, it's all an image you are coming up with. It's all under the foundation of energy and not physical. You are operating on a foundation of physical. That is why you are measuring her in a specific way. When she turns down your deal and then you finally exit, she will obviously react to the outside world and not you. Some of them, they will try to pretend and act as if they are good women to you, because she is reacting to a specific feeling that she has, because she expected you to try hard, and now that you are not trying hard, she is reacting to conform to a specific system that she has already created in her own realities, and you do not know that. She also do not know that. She just wants something to make sense in her reality. For that is a confirmation to give her a perception of her system. She came back when I went silent. No, she just needs to understand something. When she will not understand it, she will continuously come for you, act nice. But at the end of the day, it's all an experience for her to have a specific understanding of how she perceives certain things, for it will deliver a specific reality on her own world. And you can't change that, for it's just a fact. So in this moment, you're trying to act in a certain way to get a specific result from a certain lady. Now you are manipulating the physical world, which is the energy. And manipulating the energy will get a specific result, and it will have a negative impact on you. I'm acting this way. I'm going silent. I will expect her to do what? To reply. But you are the old self. You want her to reply to the old self. So you are living in your memories. And human beings are meant to evolve. And when you are not evolving, someone else is in control of your reality. And how are you free? Any question? Fine. Okay, silence allows other people not to have control over your consciousness, and it makes them be in conflict with themselves, because how they understand things is totally different with how you understand things, and it can never change. Now, this is the one fact that exists in the real world, is things that exist in the real world, in the physical world, that is, we choose how to experience them. Every time you label something in a specific way, you are choosing to experience it in that lens, and you are trying to experiment it in that lens. Your different reality of going silent, you are just contented with her rejecting you. So you are in peace with yourself. But she is in a different reality of the innocence, the acting, the doing this to get a specific result. When she finally, eventually acts as if she is interested in you, she is trying to control the physical world, which is the energy and the consciousness. And to get a specific result, you only need to act in a certain way, internally, not physically. She will be in conflict with herself. I'm only using this object to store my pens in, right? So this is a system that I have created within my reality and how I want to perceive reality. When you change it, you say, no, I will use this as the object to store my pens. Okay, it can work for you, but reacting to this, feeling bad, feeling disappointed because you are using this, it's just a confirmation that you are not conforming to my system, which is this. And it's not a confirmation that you are wrong. To my own reality, it's because you are not conforming to what? To my own system, because that is how I perceive reality. So when you don't try hard, you are not conforming to her system and how she thinks about men. Now she is in conflict with herself, not because you never tried hard, but because you went against the system that she believes in. She's not even also aware of that, because it's a consciousness, a memory, a specific pattern that she has been operating on. It has been working on her. She is on this world of, I must act this way. Even when she is not on that world, but she is operating on a specific system to get a specific result. And now that she's not getting that result at that very time, she will act in a certain way to feel sorry for herself when the guy will finally turn the deal down, or he will decide to block her because the lady is trying to play hard, or she is acting innocent. It doesn't matter if she's acting innocent. How she perceives reality and how you perceive reality, it's totally different. How he wants things to go down, how she wants things to go down is totally different. And every one of you are operating on a specific system of your own definition of reality, and each one of you will affect each other, because how you perceive reality is totally different. And someone will be distracted but will be at peace with it, and the other person will be distracted but it will hurt them, like I am supposed to be the problem. But silence is a confirmation that you are at peace with yourself and you are not conforming to a specific system that she is operating on, because that is her definition of reality. You can't change that. But remember again, she is consistently evolving. Who she was 6 months ago is totally different who she is to who she is after 6 months in future. But now, if you have a belief that she is the same, maybe she is acting the same way, then that action has already been modified by the past. And the past might be you. So you acted in a certain way, you reinforced a specific what? System, and now that she is modified, she just wants a specific result at that very moment. You date, you get intimate after a few rounds of dating, maybe 2 years, 1 year. She walks away. Why? She was trying to experience something to again modify the future. And she wasn't fully contented with the present, who is you, because you are also consistently evolving. And you will think that you have a problem, and that will be your loop of evolving. Always blaming yourself. You are never free. You are in a consistent conflict with yourself, and you are the guy who will be controlled by the psychological society, which is a specific system that will never let you free.